My name is Jamie, and this is the vlog for October, I gotta check, 13th to 2020. It is 9 p.m. and kiddo's in bed. Tonight was my night to put her down, and I'm making my nightly cup of tea. Um, anyway, today was a fun surprise. Hubs got off of work a little early, which was fun. So I went for a walk down by the waterfront. Um, got some tea, just chatted and hung out, which is super fun. Something we won't get an opportunity to do a lot of when he's away, obviously. So it was really kind of a nice surprise. I didn't have to work a ton this morning, which was advantageous. It worked together well. And talked about a lot of house stuff, a lot of prioritizing and things like that. If I look exhausted, it's because I am. The kiddo did not sleep well at all last night. She crawled into the bed about midnight. I think I had fallen asleep at about 11. And I was breathing funny all night long. So, as a mom, that's really hard to sleep through when she's laying right next to you, especially. So, a lot of broken sleep last night has led to a lot of exhaustion today. I did have a client tonight. I actually had two, but one had to cancel. So I had one client tonight. It was super windy today, big windstorm. Did not blow away my awning, thank God. But it did blow away the rain clouds. So it wasn't rainy. It was just like 25-mile-per-hour winds, which kept things interesting. From the smell of things out front on that wind, I think one of our neighbors has a propane leak from their tank. I don't know who it is. It's kind of impossible to tell. The gas company came out and tried to figure it out. They couldn't figure it out either. There actually is no natural gas to these houses. Everything is individually owned propane tanks. So he's like, well, you could go around and knock on doors, but you could send the fire department out, but nobody's really going to know where it's coming from, unfortunately. And it's been around for like a week plus. So it's a little bit unnerving. It's not coming from our house, but as soon as the wind travels up, it definitely is heading to our house. So I think I'll just put like a bulletin up on like Nextdoor or Facebook or whatnot in the community and see if folks want to check their propane tanks, see if they're leaking somewhere, because they are leaking money. Propane's not cheap way to heat the house. Well, it's probably cheaper than electricity in the long run, but getting those giant tanks filled, that is not cheap. And you have to kind of stay on top of that too. So this house is all electric for the most part. We do have a little fireplace stove in the dining room here that heats the dining room, the kitchen, and kind of the upstairs loft a little bit. But it's run on like small propane tanks, like the ones you use to do a grill. So we don't have the giant one. We don't really have the land to have a safe place to put it from the way our house is positioned. Anyway, besides, that would be the only thing it runs on that uses propane is that. Seems ridiculous to invest in a big tank for something we only use like half the year. So, so anyway, we had a pretty good day. I mean, I called, I tried to catch up with her, my kiddo's consults for ENT and speech therapy. They hadn't received the referrals yet, so then I emailed the doctor asking for those referrals to be sent again. I'll call again in a few days to see if that happened. A lot of staying on top of things when you're scheduling for another human being too. So as she gets older, I'm figuring that out more and more. She's going to be going to a different school campus shortly. Same school, same kids, just different forest. So that'll be fun. Looking forward to that. It's actually at the same place we were thinking about sending her to school if we don't go to the public school. So if it turns out that it works out, maybe it'll be kind of a seamless transition. One can hope. But anyway, no, today has been good. I have been thinking about and focusing on lately trying to be a better, more considerate person in general. And I think it's working. I feel pretty good about the things that I've done and the way I'm treating my husband and the way I'm treating my clients and people like that. And I feel like my priorities are like really in place lately, which is good. I mean, I kind of wish weightlifting and business was a bit higher on the list, but I think that's exactly where it should be. I think my family has benefited from me being around more. And this online nutritional coaching thing is pretty fun, and people are seeing a lot of success at it, and that's always really cool to see. And it's not contingent upon them showing up for sessions. It's all kind of at their own and at my own pace, which is a great way to work here. So I don't think I have anything else to share. Oh, this time last year, my husband and I and my mother and the kiddo went to Leavenworth for Oktoberfest for one day, and then the next day we went to the Leavenworth reindeer farm, which is a super cool place. Learned a lot about reindeer I didn't know. Got to pet them and feed them and be paranoid that my kid was going to get gored by reindeer because they're not like soft and squishy like Santa's reindeer necessarily. There's a lot of warnings that went along with feeding the reindeer in the pen, um, that are kind of hard for a then what 4-year-old to grasp. So it was fun though. It was super fun. We really wanted to support them, and we bought 2 mugs and a T-shirt to take home. And I think the kiddo got a nightgown too. So the kiddo's outgrown the nightgown, unfortunately. I still wear the T-shirt, but both of the mugs got chipped and broken in different ways, which is tragic. Is it? Or is it circumstance that reminds us that they have recently reopened and maybe we need a trip to save our, I don't know, smoke again Leavenworth trip? We'll see. With the construction of the shed coming soon and saving up for a few articles for the gym, we don't really have any plans to go on trips right now. And that's kind of okay. COVID and everything has kind of taken the steam out of a lot of the things we wanted to do. And the Navy doesn't help. He can't go to California and Florida, amongst other places. My family's in California, and my mom isn't up to traveling yet, at least not by plane, not this far. And Disney World would be cool, but plane ride and kiddo, again, not high on the list. And it doesn't even matter because hubs can go anyway. So that's off the table as well. So I don't know what we're going to do this year. It's going to kind of be a low-key Christmas, I guess. And there's nothing wrong with that either. So part of the discussions today did talk about him shooting for officer in the military, which is great. I mean, sign up for this life. You sign up for this life. It is what it is. So I've always been the kind of person that I can support and get behind anyone that has something to get behind. I mean, at least in my romantic relationships in my life, I've only struggled with relationships where my partner is kind of lost and wishy-washy because I'm not real great at helping them find wherever they need to find. Once they're there, I'm like, okay, let's go team. So I guess the military thing kind of works out well because I can support like the Dickens. I don't know. I'm not even sure if any of that made sense, but it's late. I am not doing a second take. So today was windy and chilly. Tomorrow will be stormy, but I'm sure tomorrow will be better.